Luka is in the building. Sunglasses and all black everything. His old stomping grounds in Dallas for the first return trip since the trade that sent him to the Lakers and sent Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange. And AD wearing the shades. This will be AD's first game against LeBron and his former team, and we will get you ready for it. Welcome into SportsCenter. Fun show in front of us. Kevin Negandhi here. Busy day of baseball. Justin Fields finally talks about being a Jet. Plus, we head out to Augusta one day before the Masters. But first, it's Luka Doncic Day in Dallas. The return of 77, now in purple and gold. That's going to be weird. 7 seasons as a Mavs. He was the face of the franchise, averaging nearly 29 points per game, put up 80 triple-doubles. How about 44 40-point games, 7 50-point games, the most in Mavericks history. And on the scene in Dallas, NBA reporter Tim McMenamin, who recently released a book on Luka and has all the storylines covered here. Tim, how is the Mavs organization handling this emotional return surrounding Luka's first game back in Dallas?
Howdy, Kevin. Look, the Mavericks organization is trying to show gratitude, trying to embrace Luka as he returns to Dallas. It's a difficult thing to execute, though, when they decided to dump Luka before the trade deadline, months removed from an NBA Finals appearance. They frankly kind of publicly shamed him on the way out of the door, which is the only way you can justify trading a 5-time first-team All-NBA selection before he hits his prime without him wanting out of town. So organizationally, it's really, frankly, awkward. They do have the T-shirts that, are in Slovenian, translates to thanks for everything. For the fans, this is going to be a surreal, emotional experience. They want to celebrate his 6.5 seasons, but they are sad. They are mourning the loss of that, of it not being much, much more. And by the way, Dirk Nowitzki is one of those fans. He will be in the building tonight for the first time since Luka Doncic was traded.
Oh, that says a lot. Back in late February in L.A., Doncic had a triple-double in his first game against the Mavericks, and that place is going to be really loud every time he has the basketball celebrating him. Tim, thank you so much. On the flip side, this is Anthony Davis's first game against the Lakers since the blockbuster trade. He's been down this road before. 41 points in his first game against the Pelicans. The team that drafted him remains the second most in a player's first game against his former team. And let me tell you, Anthony Davis, when Kyrie went down, Anthony Davis could have said, you know what, I'm going to sit out the rest of the season. He has decided, no, I'm going to play for this Mavericks team. He wants to make sure and figure things out with this franchise. Let's now bring in NBA reporter Dave McMenamin. Dave, how are the Lakers approaching tonight's game with Luka back in Dallas as we expect a ton of emotion coming from him?
Yeah, Kevin, a team source told me that today it was their normal preparation, while obviously being cognizant of the extra emotions that are going to be going through Luka Doncic's mind tonight. Austin Reeves told me he expects when he hears Luka Doncic's name being announced in the Lakers starting lineup tonight, it to be the loudest he's ever heard in an NBA arena in his 4-year NBA career. LeBron James said the goal for the Lakers should be, if we all do our job to the best of our abilities, then we will do our best for Luka. We'll put ourselves in a position to win. He can walk out of this building a winner tonight in his return to Dallas. And now, of course, we're all witness to the atmosphere and all the interactions going on already at the court here pregame. Max Christie, the former Lakers guard, when he left the court, he had an embrace with Rob Pelinka, the Lakers vice president of basketball operations and general manager. But Anthony Davis, when he left the course, he did not cross paths with Pelinka.
Interesting observation. And by the way, you want to win for Luka, but also if the Lakers win, they clinch a playoff spot with the W here against the Mavericks. We get this game on ESPN less than 90 minutes away. Thank you, Dave. For much more, here's PTI's bonus topic with Mike and Frank.
All right, Frank, what are you watching for in Luka's return to Dallas?
Yeah, it's going to be a love fest, absolutely. I think about Kevin Durant going back to Oklahoma City, Kyrie going back to Boston, and, of course, LeBron going back to Cleveland.
Those are full of booze, at least
Not
half.
going to be anything
No
like
booze.
that.
No
It'll
booze.
be an emotional night for him. My biggest thing will be how many shot attempts, how many points for Luka, and let's also remember, Jason Kidd, let's see what he devises tonight, because Luka's going to be rested. Because he got ejected from that game last night.
Fourth quarter.
The
That was my
technical
fourth
got
quarter.
rescinded, so he only played 31 last night.
Yeah.
So that was a close game. He would have been close
Give
to
me an
40.
over-under on points.
I got him with 35 points tonight. Doesn't necessarily guarantee a win, though. I think Jason Kidd's got something up his sleeve tonight.
Well, I think that Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Max Christie may have something up their sleeves.
Yeah.
There's some emotion for them. It's not the same as Luka. I'm not trying to say that. But Anthony Davis has had a couple of huge games and is capable. And he knows this is a referendum in part on him.
Yeah.
Because did Dallas get anything? People say, oh, Dallas got taken. Really? Anthony Davis is a first ballot Hall of Famer, a guy wearing something Luka has yet to put on his finger, a ring. And so Anthony Davis is just, chopped liver? No, Anthony Davis is going to play tonight. And I think Dallas could win that game and get themselves into the play-in with a win.
Well, Anthony Davis is a great player, but you still traded your second best player for Dallas's best player. And he's also 31 years old. This is no fault of Anthony Davis.
No.
Anthony Davis is a terrific guy, terrific player. But tonight is all about Luka. Let's see how he handles it. I wonder what his interaction will be.
Well,
not with Nico Harrison, not with
his
Mark
teammates.
Also with the referees.
But again, Max Christie, who was in that trade, and Lively, who's come back from injury, who was already there, but he feels so bad. I was there the night he got hurt. And he wanted to get back for the playoffs. He may wind up doing that.
You know who's going to steal the show?
Good for Derek.
He does it a lot. LeBron James. That's it. We're done. Back to you.
Oh, yeah, him.
Another win, when I say a franchise record, that is the most road wins in a single season in franchise history. But another win, especially against the Knicks. But Jaylen Brown, dealing with a knee injury, didn't see him in the fourth quarter or overtime. Is this a concern here with Jaylen Brown as the Celtics look to repeat?
Well, about 10 minutes ago, he was ruled out of tonight's game in Orlando. They did have him as questionable. He's got a posterior impingement, which is basically an overuse injury. Now, obviously, he's feeling the effects. Last night, Joe Mazzulla cut his minutes down, had him out of the game down the stretch in overtime. This is not an injury that should bother him long term. It's a maintenance injury, and they're going to try to give him some time off. They are now locked into the 2 seed after the Cavs clinched the 1 seed last night. His numbers during this stretch have not suffered that much. Clearly last night he was limited, but he's been putting up good numbers. He's been managing it well. Kevin, they don't need Jaylen Brown at the top of his game next week when they're going to be off. Probably during the first round, maybe not even during the second round. They swept the Knicks 4-0 this year, and they missed key players in all of those games. They need him feeling good in a month, and I think the Celtics feel pretty good that they can get him there as long as they follow protecting him a little bit.
Yeah, to your point, that's multiple weeks off, multiple weeks of rest to get ready, of course, for the long stretch that is the third and, of course, the NBA Finals, the third round of the NBA Finals. Windy, thank you so much. Cannot wait to hear much more, of course, as we'll have his reaction, plenty more on the morning shows with all. Luka is in the building. Sunglasses and all black everything. His old stomping grounds in Dallas for the first return trip since the trade that sent him to the Lakers and sent Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange. And AD wearing the shades. This will be AD's first game against LeBron and his former team, and we will get you ready for it. Welcome into SportsCenter. Fun show in front of us. Kevin Negandhi here. Busy day of baseball. Justin Fields finally talks about being a Jet. Plus, we head out to Augusta one day before the Masters. But first, it's Luka Doncic Day in Dallas. The return of 77, now in purple and gold. That's going to be weird. 7 seasons as a Mav. He was the face of the franchise, averaging nearly 29 points per game, put up 80 triple-doubles. How about 44 40-point games, 7 50-point games, the most in Mavericks history. And on the scene in Dallas, NBA reporter Tim McMenamin, who recently released a book on Luka and has all the storylines covered.